watching this video. Oh, I guess we started it already. We're gonna watch this video here. This was uploaded 7 hours ago. And the description is Blizzard explains why they can't fix Diablo. Well, this is gonna be great. I have not even beaten the game yet. The only thing I have noticed is that everybody's complained about being nerfed. And there was still no adjustments for your inventory or management of any of that shit, like your stash, like your gems. None of that was addressed yet. So I've already felt that. I mean, it's annoying for me, and I'm only level 20, and I'm just getting gems right now. To just have to go and deposit those in a like I have a stash, just for. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not even collecting loot. Like, I'm still in the story, and I'm filling up the stash because I have to put all my gems in there separately, and they don't. That doesn't make any sense. But then there's just not enough room. And what else is a problem? Everybody complained that the classes are not fun anymore. Although I'm not sure how the reaction to season 1 was yet. I haven't really seen it. So this is kind of my first video of seeing how he might react. What did Blizzard say? Let's find out.
We have had a explanation for why stash tabs are such a problem.
Let's clarify. There's no explanation. This is the stupidest shit in the whole fucking world. It cannot be that hard. This is a deeply complicated
Let's
game.
go ahead
this cannot be
and listen to why they're a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go. Great to see that you guys took what the community said to heart, but why are we only getting one stash tab? Why is there a problem to add a load of them or even unlimited? Also, with the malignant hearts added up, that's yet another item to stack up on. Okay? True. This is the explanation. When we say they are expensive, what we mean is they create a lot of memory overhead. When you see another player in game, you load them and their entire stash filled with all of their.
Do you know what would be a really good solution to this? I know it's crazy. Why do I have to have other people in my game? This is fair, and I do see what he's saying because I know we're gonna laugh at him, and this is stupid. But it does make sense. I already run out. Like, there's memory leaks. My RAM hates this game. I have to run it. I mean, you've seen it in the video. I mean, it runs terribly for me because I don't have, like, an amazing setup. So, like, I do understand, like, yeah, it probably does. But the easy solution is why? Why doesn't it just load what's on the player? Why can't I just load every other person and not their stash? And then whatever they pull out, whatever they loot, like, right? And then also, why could it just not? Yeah, right here, the first thing is, why can't you just not see other players? Like, you should just not have to.
Items.
This is stupid.
This is what teams have been working so diligently to improve so that we can have more as soon as possible.
Gotcha. This is a really hard fix. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my open world runs like shit.
Who thought this was a good idea? Like, how do you make this decision? This is insane. And you know what I love is the fact that everybody always thinks that, oh, well, you can't just, you can't just fix it. Like,
this is stupid. This is so stupid. Oh my god. People give them so much credit. Like, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, there's no way it could be that simple. But it seems like it's just that simple. They just fucked up. And they don't know what they're doing. It's what it seems. You know what I mean? This is what is portrayed right here. Like, you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. And I think we're supposed to trust that it's not that it's simple. It's like a really deep coding thing that really does take time to edit out and cut out, and you know what I mean? But it's not. It's just they don't know how to make a good game anymore. A running game at least.
Some elaborately woven tapestry that's been
Yeah.
created by only the greatest minds in engineering
Yes.
that the
The
world
smartest
can
people.
afford. That Blizzard has
Yes.
put this together.
Hey, just remember, everything costs more nowadays because you pay for better quality. You pay for better, developers. They get, they get bigger contracts. You gotta pay extra for the season pass for, you gotta pay $20 for a skin because that's how good the skin was made. Because you're paying whoever made it, and designs teams are expensive, obviously. So now they're way better. This is top of the line developers that you're paying extra money for. I spent $100. I mean, Jesus. I'll get my money's worth out of it. I do agree with that, but this is just what an oversight.
As
Wow.
this fucking, this house of cards that, if they put one extra card, the whole thing falls apart. And then they finally fucking explain why they can't do it, and it's the dumbest goddamn thing that you've ever heard. And you know what I think to myself? I wonder why we have lag in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Is it because maybe the game has pre-rendered every single player that you interact with? That you can see
it's probably because they don't know how to program the game to make it run correctly. Yeah, that makes sense.
The screen, you have pre-rendered every single pet and transmog.
See, the best thing about Blizzard is like it's so big that, and now we can just shit on them. And this is everybody's favorite thing. So when they let somebody tweet some bullshit like this, now everybody can see it, and now we can all talk shit about it, and this is our favorite thing. They do not have, their PR has just not been very good for a while now. Do you know? I mean, with Overwatch, and that hurts me like hell. I never thought I would uninstall the game, and I did months ago because that game is falling apart. Right, World of Warcraft. I've been told that the new DLC is actually pretty good, but you do see that like nobody's gonna come and play it if you haven't already. It's too much for the average person to come in and want to dive their face into a brand new. You gotta pay every fucking month. You gotta get a new DLC. You gotta catch up. You gotta buy the in-game shit. You gotta get your mods. You gotta get your shit for the mods to work. You gotta need friends. So World of Warcraft sucks. My opinion. Diablo 4 I think is really good, but like these campfire chats, these like patches, like none of it is going well. Which is a shame because I will always give Blizzard credit for like the actual gameplay of everything they make is really good. Like Diablo 4 is a really good game. Just like playing it feels good. Like like the inputs, it all feels like a really top quality game. Like Overwatch, like the gunplay and the characters in it are S tier. And the graphics, honestly, I think they're pretty good. They look really, really good. And it's a shame. Like they make some of the best cutscenes in the world, and then they don't know how to program a fucking thing so that it could run offline. It's been like the biggest complaint when it first launched. Just let me run it offline. Like, what's the point? I do understand everybody has fucking internet, but like, this isn't a problem. Obviously, what the fuck?
That this player could
It's embarrassing.
potentially have on them, and also this scales. So like you're rendering,
Yeah,
like
this could
there's
just
like
mean
a person
every
who comes in with
game.
1,000 pets. It's like, oh my god, right? You can only have like 5 of them on the screen, and like then the game starts like.
Yeah.
How do you design a game like this?
Yeah.
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And so some claim might be against dupers. Oh, I'm
It's almost like saying you're playing in a Minecraft world and it's just gonna load the whole map the whole time. And everybody that's playing in every chest and every, why would you do that? what they do is they just load the ones around each player to conserve memory. Like, what are we talking about? Why do you need to load everybody's fucking inventory? I haven't played with another person yet. I've had maybe like 2 people play world events with me. So, like, yeah, go ahead, load their fucking inventories. But, like, my game runs like shit when there's people around. But the dungeons, I feel like, run pretty good. Not great, no. The game does not run great, period. That's true.
Sure, it's against duping. Oh,
We're only
yeah,
2
sure.
minutes in.
That must
Holy
be it.
fuck.
You know what? I believe it. Yeah, it's bullshit. They said the same thing for Diablo 3 whenever they were asked the same question 5 to 6 years ago. I just think that it's funny that the moment
they
that
really?
they actually pull back the curtain and explain what the problem is with adding stash tabs, I think this is dumber than anybody predicted. I think this is a worse reason. Like, I could...
They should have just not said anything. They should have just not let anybody know that that was actually the problem, and just let us all think it was a crazy fucking problem. Because now that everybody knows it was just like, you're stupid, now we can all shit on him again. Fucking embarrassed.
Like, I would have never been able to, like, think of something, like, if I was going to think of the dumbest reason why Blizzard can't add more stash tabs, I wouldn't be able to get this low.
You
This
wouldn't
is
have
why
guessed
there's a
it.
curtain in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. On program,
That's
I know there's
funny.
truth behind those words. Oh, I absolutely believe them. No, I absolutely do.
Yeah,
totally
what, do you
believe
think he's just lying? Do you think he just came up with the stupidest fucking reason and said, oh yeah, I want to get flamed? Like, there's no way you would tweet this if it wasn't what was really the problem, right? This is just stupid.
But so imagine if you buy a car, okay? And if it rains, it ruins the car. Because instead of making the car out of steel, they decided instead of this, they were going to make it out of balsa wood.
Yeah.
That's right, the thing that you make paper airplanes with. Well, and the reason why
Yeah, you're gonna
is
drive
because it makes the car lighter.
Yeah.
And so they put plastic around the balsa wood, but you
Sure.
know, if it's really rainy
It gets
outside,
snowy.
you know, it will ruin the car. And
The whole
if
thing
you go
collapses.
to the dealership and you
Yeah.
are like, man, my car's fucked up, right? My fender's
Yeah.
fucking
God,
melting.
who would have fucking seen that coming, right? Oh my god.
You know, half of it's gone. And they're like, well,
What?
did you leave it out in the rain? Yeah, I did. There you go. You shouldn't have done that.
What?
It's fucking insane.
What? You're telling
It's
me?
fucking insane that
You're telling me that when we make you load everything in the game, it might have too much memory? What? What are you talking about?
the game has these problems. This is
Doesn't make any
outrageous, and
sense.
nobody should accept this for even a second.
It doesn't
The
make
fact that they
sense at
set
all.
themselves up with this many artificial roadblocks and problems with making the game is such a fundamental fucking issue that I can't even believe that it exists. Like, I mean, I simultaneously completely believe this and can't believe it. Answers on the bottom of the post. It's better,
Yeah.
more and better infrastructure.
I wanna
equals
see
more
the
money,
rest.
and they don't want to pay for it. Well, it's more than that. It's the foundation of the logic.
It's just, you do know what I've always said, that it is really hard to make a game, a really good game, lasting game, off of a bad foundation. You know what I mean? Like, other games can recover from stupid shit. Like, I played Destiny when it first came out, and it was like really cool, but it also was a super massive letdown. But the gameplay in it was really fun, and there was a base there, but they had a lot of shit to fix. But they did, and it worked well. You just have to have a good frame for it. And right now, this is showing me that there's not a good, like, you just don't have a good foundation set up. It's like trying to build a house on a fucking bridge. Why would you do that? There's just no reason.
Why is it important that you load somebody else's stash tab items whenever you
They're not even like in your party or anything.
I think this is insane. It's
like
not,
why?
It's fucking stupid.
Just load the person.
Time to develop the Diablo
load their inventory
because of trading.
Load what's
the game
what
doesn't
they're
know what you can and can't trade. I mean, I don't know. Like, why can't you just load it whenever the player does a trade request?
Yeah, whenever I want to trade, when I get in a trade menu, then you can load it. When there's a big pop-up and you can freeze the background and you can stop loading everything else. Yeah, this is a
trigger. Like I don't know. I mean,
no, you're asking too much.
I bet somebody could come up with a solution to this. I do. I bet somebody, like, and this is the thing. I'm not a programmer, but I bet
somebody already has the solution to it. Other games have the solution to it. But Blizzard does.
Who is? That takes
and I love this game. I've actually had a really good time with it, but some of these things are fucking absurd, yeah.
Load his inventory. What's the point of loading the stash? Yes. The crap code is the reason for a lot of the other problems. Yes. And this is, like, as a World of Warcraft player for many years.
It explains a lot.
I have had to hear about how they cannot make the... You can't make the bag... the backpack any bigger than 16 slots. Well, why can't you just
Do you think that has any reason for, like, why you don't have, like, super massive Overwatch lobby things as well? Like, they've always stuck to... They were 6v6, now it's down to 5v5, and they don't really have any of the bigger, crazier modes. They've done smaller modes, where it's like 3v3s and, like, 1v1s. But they've never gone up. Do you think that could be part of it? Maybe. I think it could be now. But I didn't before. You would never be like, oh, well, it's memory. It's because they don't know how to program shit right. But it sounds like it could be.
The same as you have, like, one bag. You know, you can click the button for one bag. Why can't you just program a one bag with the backpack, but there's like a hidden bag that's not on the inventory that opens every time you open the backpack that has more slots in it, but it looks like it's the backpack? Why can't you do that?
It's too complicated.
Are we talking about? This is insane. You could, yes.
We're paying the best developers in the world.
They already did that, though.
And they will do it.
How many years did that take? How many years? Years.
He's right. This is the next biggest problem, and we've all said it as well, as like, it's just taking too long. That's the only problem. It's just taking way too long for them to get these out. You cannot keep pushing stuff back to the next season, to the next season, to the next season. People do not care that long. We will find another game. This is not a time to be trying to push stuff back. There are good games coming out for you to play. There are free games for you to play. There are, do you know what I mean? There are indie games. There's a million different things you could be doing other than Diablo right now. So if you're going to push everything back, you're going to lose these players.
Decade! What is going on?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Don't worry. We might get this.
PoE doesn't have this problem. Yes.
No.
PoE doesn't have this problem at all. And also,
no, I don't play PoE.
Oriath. You would go to Oriath and you would see other players there. So it's not like, oh, well, it's not a multiplayer game. No, there are more people in Oriath than there are in the city in fucking not Dark Souls, fucking Diablo 4.
Yeah, like,
God, I'm just losing my fucking mind. Watching
the main city is just like, it lags when you walk
delivering the minimum viable product. There's a way to do it, but the problem you need with Diablo 4's engine most likely just hasn't been engineered yet. The fact that they budgeted it means that they've been developing the solution, but they just haven't found it. But developing the solution for a problem that should have never existed. Loading every item in every player's stash. This is insane.
Yeah, this is something that when they're making this and they make the design decision, they should have known right then and there. This is going to have implications further down the line, regardless of if the game runs good right now. It's going to have a problem when people get a humongous fucking stash. And you already know when you're at your season 1, you're telling me they didn't know that season 1 was going to drop with Malignant Hearts. They didn't know that. I bet they knew that. So you're telling me you're going to add, obviously, it didn't even matter. You're going to add more loot to the game. And you're going to expect people to just forever deal with the small amount of inventory people already were complaining about it as soon as the game came out. This is one of the main problems. It still has not been fixed, and you know why it hasn't been fixed. But you also should have known back when you were making this absolute head ass decision that this was going to happen.
It's an off-the-cuff response from a non-software developer, though. The only way to really know the reason is talking to the software team. What if we talked to the software team and the reason was actually even dumber than this, though? Like, yes. What if?
Because who would tweet this? I completely agree. Because who the fuck would tweet this and receive this backlash? And if it wasn't,
because I think that's a possibility.
Really?
I do. Like,
because but it's crazy because like what he said earlier, like you just can't even fathom what it could be. Because he could be right. There could be something stupid. Or it could be something more complicated. But now you just don't know. Like, what do you even think of it? What is it?
Think about it, right? I mean, they couldn't get. They had 2 characters out of commission in Overwatch for like weeks.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, like you there's like 10 people in a zone.
It's really interesting that
like Diablo,
all of these Blizzard games have problems that other games don't have.
There's a lot of these like Blizzard programming problems where things just don't seem to work.
It's just a Blizzard thing that a lot of other games have not had the same problem, but they somehow always have it. It's very interesting.
Let's read some comments. Let's see what people have to say about this. In other words, shitty programming. Yes, exactly. Oh, man. They're loading all inventories of all players at all times. Yep, there you go. Whoever came up with this backwards anti-pattern design should be fired on the spot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You pay $80K a year for a dev that can make $150 anywhere else? Take what you can get. Maybe they should have Wyatt Chang have him do one of those YouTube videos where he just says Chat GPT solve the problem. Since apparently the programming team can't do it. I mean, it could make Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
I've got a
just
feeling
Google
that maybe they can do
this.
That's
what
too.
I do.
Holy
I just Google it. How do you fix shitty software? How to have a better development? How to fix basic problems that every other game has solved? That's what they should have Googled before making this.
That's why crowded Helltides and Town Orders are borderline unplayable for me. Nice to understand the issue at least.
Yeah.
Yes. We now understand the issue.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Yeah. I haven't gone there, but
I was assuming
if there's like open world events, they are horrible because when I stream and I'm recording and I'm playing on the lowest settings, the game does not want it. My RAM hits like 15.5 gigabytes out of 16. It's fucking crazy.
I loaded the player into memory, and it was bad already, but this is another level. Oh my god.
It just makes you think, like what other problems do they have where it's just as simple as we made the most bonehead decision you could have made. We're gonna make something that if everybody knew this was the decision they made, it would be universally hated. Like when they made the patch notes, like when they released the patch, and now they've come back and they've said that they need the hot fixes, but they did say that they'll be releasing patch notes like a day or two earlier than when the actual patch comes out. But it's because they make these bonehead fucking decisions, and then they go through with it, and then they expect that, oh well, I mean, we're the geniuses. I mean, we know exactly, but they don't know what the people want, I guess. They just don't know what people really liked about Diablo 3, like what made the Diablo franchise so good. Part of it is the quality. Like that you shouldn't have these problems. Yeah, I mean, you
It's
pay
just,
so much money nowadays for these
fuck.
games. Yeah.
What if the AI gets so good it starts making games? I think that.
That'd be
I
pretty
mean, I think
crazy.
that you get enough of these fucking posts, you find out enough behind the curtain, and you start looking forward to that. Like, oh, thank
Maybe.
God,
Yeah.
thank God, it'll finally
I don't
work.
know. I think if AI started making games, they'd just all be like gotcha games or mobile games. And they would just all be way too corporate and way too, financially persuaded. They're way more. I think if you started designing with AI, that everything would just be about the money. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could be cool.
God, the
I
game will
think it'd be
finally
really
work.
cool to see a game
Yeah,
like that. They probably
I
do that.
just. Wait, what? My character
Somebody's out
crushes
there
the other cards
working
I
on that
load their
right now. Yeah.
stash tabs. Or did I read that wrong? No, that is correct. No wonder this game has so many problems.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
This whole Reddit
Ask
thread is
GGG how to
just
do
like
it.
everybody.
Ask anybody how to do it.
Yes. Yeah, it's everybody's just having the same
Oh my
problem.
God,
They're just
man.
all like
How do they
mad
not future-proof the game? Yeah, it's like, what do you... So, yeah, it's like, what do you think that people are gonna be okay with having 3 stash tabs forever?
forever. Yeah.
So, like, the you've got to think of, like, what the
Like,
subtext of this is.
don't you think that at season the as soon as the game dropped, they were selling this season pass? You're telling me they didn't know what season 1 was going to be? We're going to give you new items that needs more space. And I'm going to give you another gem, basically, which is already the biggest problem. We're going to add new gems, basically, is what the Malignant Hearts are. So, what are we talking
is the
about?
subtext that we were just never gonna get
No,
stash
you were
tabs?
just. They act like they never thought of
Because
this.
there's been too much lag.
No, everybody, you're just gonna
That's a
get
problem.
rid of
Yeah,
all
that's
of
a
your
problem
gear.
for 3 years from now. We're not thinking about that right now, okay?
It's okay because you have to restart your character every time. It doesn't matter. You just none of your previous loot is gonna transfer because you're gonna have to restart every couple months
Guys,
anyways. It's
yeah, we're gonna
okay.
fix that later.
No, they're not.
I just,
They just expect you
oh
to
my
figure it out.
God.
Go make another
The
character.
worst
Go
part is
use
they
that
know
as
this.
a walking
Yes.
chest. Yeah.
Why the Diablo 4 says a memory leak? The game loads everything. I can't even.
Yeah,
I don't
no
want to see
wonder it
anyone
has
else
a,
even
a
share it.
fucking
Yeah,
memory leak.
people are pissed at him for saying it. Seems like a good reason to implement an offline mode. Yeah, right. Why in God's name am I loading someone else's inventory tabs?
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
It's just a bunch of people that
Can someone
are
explain in
absolutely
basketball
pissed,
terms?
and
All 12
rightfully.
guys on the court at the same time. All the time. And
Yeah.
during the breaks, during the free throw.
Yeah.
No.
No, they're still there.
Wait a second. I got even better one. All 12 guys on the court at the same time gets 12 basketballs too.
Yeah. And you've got the halftime show going on, right? And the stats are on the screen. Yeah, but we're still gonna load every single frame of the guy, and we got the animations. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Oh, and the crowd. Yeah. The crowd's all animated, but we're at the halftime show. No. Remember, we're at the. No. We're looking at the TV show of it. Yeah. Yeah. No, but you still have to load all the fans, and you still gotta load all that shit. Yeah. Matter of fact, you're right. Yeah, let's load the hallways too. That seems good. The hallways to the stadium. We're at the halftime show. Let's load those too.
Yeah, there's 12 basketballs constantly, and they're all gonna like do a free
Matter of
throw.
fact, yeah, in 2K,
Everybody
we're
has to
just
throw
gonna
the basketball
load
at the same
the
time
practice gym too.
to get
Fuck
one
it,
in the hoop.
because you're gonna go there.
There's 12
The whole
referees.
city. Yeah.
There's
Fucking
no
crazy.
water break.
Loading
no AC.
all of the fucking cars outside of the stadium.
Oh my
The
God.
parking lot.
Oh God. Oh, this just. Ah, it's just sad. Every fan has a drum. Yeah. Do you agree with this? I don't know. They give us one stash tab as a season reward, like once every few seasons.
That would make the game
I
too
just-
fucking laggy.
I don't
Nobody
even know
would be
what
able
to
to
say.
play.
It's mainly deadlines, and refactoring code is frowned upon in a business environment. Goal is to finish the product by the deadline. You're right. And again,
That's true. That is a major point. Yeah. The real goal of the game was to be out at a certain point, and we'll fix it all later. Yeah, this is true. And they didn't. It doesn't have to be that polished nowadays. It really doesn't. It's sad, but no, games don't have to be polished anymore. They have to be good looking, and they have to sell, and then we'll fix it later. I would rather have a way better marketing. Yeah. No, I mean I'd rather have be on the KFC. Every time you get a sandwich from KFC, you get to see Diablo on there. Yeah. And I want my advertisements with what's her name? Megan Fox or whoever the fuck. I don't know. Somebody was really hot. I don't remember. Somebody was yeah. Um, no, it's a Madison. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, no, I'm way more interested in the marketing and selling the game than I am about having it being fixed.
when players
That's
make
for season
excuses
6.
for it and they say, "Oh, well, this is just how it is." Well, guess what? Too fucking
They've
bad.
already
This
got
is
season
fucking
2
ridiculous. It
planned,
shouldn't be like this.
and then
anymore.
we'll put the updates in after
That's
that.
what I think. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane. This is outrageous.
Maybe they have
the dev did their contractual obligation on deliverable, and that's it.
yeah,
They leave. They leave. Who cares about what happens in the future?
exactly.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, they're down.
Nobody
the road.
cares as long as you sell the game.
But hey, they did program the battle pass.
The battle pass works great.
Oops! Oh,
Take your money. They programmed the battle pass really good so that there's no warning sign for whenever. Yeah, I bought the ultimate one and I haven't used it yet, but I've been told they made sure that runs really well and that yeah, and that there's no like confirmation when you go to buy the battle pass. It just does it. It just takes your token and your 20 skips. Yeah. That works really well. They're really good at taking your money, but they'll fix the problems later. No,
well,
that's
there
always.
You have it, gentlemen.
Does this surprise anybody
That
really?
explains it.
Does it really?
Now we know why we can't have.
It's like unfathomable, but it's Blizzard. So should it have really surprised
me? Why
me?
we can't have a stash tab for
yeah
aspects.
No. Can't have a gem tab.
That's right, guys.
Because it would be too hard to load all of it, guys. Obviously. Why didn't you think of that?
It's ridiculous. It's.
How many do we have right now? 2? Well, look, guys, 3 would overload the game.
It's funny.
It is.
Like I'm like at this point, I'm not even mad.
No, it's just Blizzard. It's just like, what do you expect, dude? Of course. Of course.
It's like I remember I had a girlfriend that was so fucking insane.
Yeah, crazy.
Sometimes she would be ranting at me, getting mad at me
over nothing.
And I wouldn't.
And
even
you
be
just
upset about
wouldn't
it.
even be surprised.
It was like going to a zoo.
Yeah, she's just throwing pots of pans at him, and she's like, "God, you never take the fucking trash out. You ungrateful piece of shit. You're so fucking lazy." And he's just sitting there, and it's just, yeah, it's just another Tuesday. Can you get me a beer when you're done? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what Blizzard does. They're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want. They're gonna fuck it all up, and then you're just not even gonna be surprised anymore. It's just what they do. They'll fix it eventually after everybody's been sure to uninstall the game. Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is crazy.
But make sure you got the battle pass.
Going fucking nuts.
Nah, but you don't even care. It's just another day.
Wow.
Yeah. But eventually you just get tired of it, right? Eventually you get tired of the girlfriends that's throwing all this shit that's going crazy. Yeah, that's throwing all this shit that's going crazy. Like, you eventually just don't want to deal with it anymore. You're just like, man, I'm gonna go stay at a hotel for a night. I'm gonna go out with the boys for a night. Yeah, that's like me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go play Remnant for the night. I'll go try Baldur's Gate for the night. Yeah. Then maybe if you fix it soon, if you're not crazy tomorrow, we can talk. But if you wait 4 months to stop being crazy, I'll already probably be pretty into Remnant. I'll already be in Baldur's Gate when I'm not coming back. Right? As at least a lot of people want, I don't think.
PMS does it to you? No, this is all month, man. It was not anything like that. Yes. Holy fuck, man. Can't believe they designed the aspect system with this in mind. Bro, everything in the game is designed with this in mind.
It's literally, it's a looting game. Everything is based around the fucking loot and the action and the role playing. Do you know how do you role play in this game? By using different weapons and different armor and different gems and different malignant hearts. What do you, I mean, it's stupid. The whole game is based around the loot, and their primary problem right now is that they don't know how to manage your fucking loot.
I'm getting done being mad at video games. Am I getting old? Yeah, I'm not even mad. It's just like, it's
No,
so stupid.
you're not even mad because there's so many other options.
I love how people say, please no renown grinds in the future seasons. You want to
Yeah.
have the, you don't want to have the renown grinds again? Okay, how about this, guys? How about this? If they make us grind renown again in season 2, we all quit.
Right. That's how you
Nobody buys
fix
the battle
it.
pass, nobody plays the game.
Nobody buys the battle pass. Do you know what the problem with that is? Do you know what the biggest problem with that is? That nobody gives a fuck. They're still gonna buy it.
Well, if enough people do that,
Yeah.
they will not make us grind renown again. It's
Unfortunately, nobody gives a fuck.
so it, like, again, theoretically,
We're like the 5% of people that actually care, that actually will, you know, talk about it. But to the 90% of people that work all day and they come home and they see, oh my god, the new season just dropped and there's a big cool advertisement for it, and you scroll through the battle pass and there's a fiery shit, and then they bring up the patch notes and it says the one thing that you had been waiting 3 months for, like, oh my god, resistance has finally worked, this is so crazy, I want to start a sorcerer. All right, well, there you go. They're lost because they're gonna go buy the battle pass, and there's enough people like that it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's too big.
if nobody bought the battle pass for season 2, Bobby Kotick himself would have a handwritten apology.
No, he would be on the Campfire Chat that day. Right. Oh my god, I am so sorry for what we've done. We will fix it immediately right now. Here's your codes for free loot.
On fucking Activision Blizzard Twitter.
Yes.
You know, going on Fox Morning News explaining Kais.
We fucked
really
up.
messed up with this renown thing. We're so sorry.
We'll
fixing
never
do it again. Please come back.
Come back right
Buy
now.
the battle passes. So unlimited stash is impossible. You've complained about needing add-ons for WoW for everything at once. What's the ideal solution? Add 10 more stash tabs and have a stash tab. Like, for example.
Why can't they just do exactly what they have? They don't even have to scrap it and just say from stash 3 through blank, you can't fucking trade items. You gotta put them in stash 2 or whatever their big problem is, and just not load them. You just don't change anything. You just don't load it to everybody else. Yeah. And then they're like, oh my god, well, it fucks with the trading. Okay, well, you can only trade from your first 2 stash tabs. You gotta move it to the first 2 tabs. I don't care. Look, it is something, it's stupid, but it is something better than nothing. And it's absurd that this is a problem in a looting game.
Solution that I have. You ready? Okay.
Go play PoE. That's the solution I think I have.
Right? What if they just did this?
This is fun. I love when he draws.
What if they made it smaller
paint.
so more would fit in your inventory? What if they made them small? What if they made the inventory bigger?
What? Wait, what does he want to do? Make it bigger?
I don't know. It's like a rectangle. It's like this big. Like,
Yeah.
it's just begging to be cut in half. Like, that'll take 10 years. Well, what you have to understand is so that
it's too hard to do that. Yeah.
The engine can only process rectangles.
Yeah. Squares are
Notice
crazy.
There's no actual squares in
right.
the game.
So you gotta make a rectangle.
Because we can't have an actual square.
And then maybe they could make another rectangle on top of it.
An object with 4 points. They're the exact same. It actually causes the game to crash.
Yeah. I mean, they do like a rectangle and then another rectangle.
That's why Uber Lilith has to destroy the platform, because it can't start as a square or the game will crash. She has to turn it into a square and then it'll
See,
be
this
okay.
is what Blizzard has done. Is they've driven people fucking crazy. This is what he doesn't even give a fuck anymore. There doesn't even have to be. Now we can just shit talk on Blizzard. This is amazing. This is the best part of it. Yeah. Best part of Blizzard games is that they will fuck it up. And then we can all talk shit about it.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
How can you possibly have this big of an oversight in literally a losing game? Literally a fucking losing game. Whatever, I'm gonna go play some. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna play some Diablo. But I don't know, maybe once I get to the end game it'll be like, oh my god, I don't have a gem tab yet. What the fuck are we talking about? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.